Well, first of all, I don't know how Ross McDonald here has his fresh ass haircut, and I can't.
I ordered a clipper from Amazon, and my wife did it.
Really?
Yeah.
You're insane. I mean, she did a good job.
Yeah.
But you're insane.
I was like, what's the worst that could happen? I'm like, it could look bad. I'm like, whatever.
Let me ask you a question though. If she would have went ahead and cut wrong, would you have shaved it all off?
I guess. Yeah.
Would you have been sad?
Yeah.
Should I do some introductions?
Yeah.
Hey, Mark.
So, hey, good morning. April 26th today, and we're Blockchain Breakfast. We've got a special guest with us today, Director of Business Development from Realty, Sam McCulloch. Oh, wait a minute, he's not here. He didn't show up. Anyway, he's around here. He was supposed to be here, but other than that, we got Ross McDonald, and we got, of course, Mr. David G from G Media, looking like Mr. Lundqvist from the Rangers today.
Or does Heinrich Lundqvist look like me? Let's.
So we're going to talk about realty, but since he's not here, I guess we just talk about us.
This is what happens when you don't come on the show. Mark will get on you.
No, hey, it's 9 a.m, and I woke up, grabbed my coffee, come on my podcast, and we like to talk about people's projects. But if they don't like to talk about their own project, then that's okay.
Listen, so everybody knows we are fine going solo here without any guests because we got a lot to talk about. From every end. We got, as you can see, Mark's background. We got Casino Coin. We got Verge. We got you look like a NASCAR vehicle right now.
Oh, you should see
Sponsored by everybody.
Oh, hold on. You want to see my jacket?
Yes.
Oh my God, man!
Holy.
Dude, look at that.
That's a lot.
You're literally sponsored by my grandmother right now.
Really? Does she make good muffins?
What's that mean?
I like good some brand muffin.
Oh man! Man, you're funny.
Yeah, I'm rocking the new Casino Coin background today because they picked me up as an advisor, and I'm not a shiller. Like I'm not that guy, but it's a strong team, strong project.
Mm-hmm.
I like Casino
Coin.
It's a great
project.
It's a great blockchain, man. Like,
whatever. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm gonna have the whole.
You want to talk about a project this week? Why don't we talk about Digibyte?
Listen.
Oh my God.
I wanted to just congratulate them because that entire community has been waiting and waiting.
Oh yeah.
Patiently waiting to do it the right way. I appreciate them sitting back and waiting for it to be done the right way. They're not screaming. The intelligent guys are not screaming, "Hey, I want to get on Binance." The cost of the token goes to 5 cents or 10 cents. Like they were sitting back patiently waiting, taking abuse from Justin Sun with, his, stake in that other platform. Okay. Which kicked them off because they had something to say about him. They've gone through so much. They've built so much. I was so happy for them when, I reached onto my phone, I saw it. I was like, God bless that community. Communities like that deserve it.
I had to send out a tweet. It's like, listen, I'm a human being. Yeah, I represent my projects and I'm aware of Verge and Casino Coin and my projects over my heart. 100% I do. I'm a very loyal person, but there's nothing wrong with giving credit where credit's due. They're a very strong community, very passionate, very active, very loyal. They're a great project. And like you said, they stuck it out they're going totally against the grain as far as what other projects would want to do for exchange listings.
It's interesting that David, that you mentioned everyone's trying to get onto Binance and they want to be on exchanges and they want to be traded. I was listening to a podcast and I want to know what you guys think about this. I was listening to Charlie Shrem's Untold Stories, and that's like a fantastic podcast. I love it. Anyways, he was talking to, I'll look it up here in a minute. His name is Mark, this guy, super OG guy in the space, and he was saying having a token on an exchange that has scarcity and has a limited supply that goes on like Binance, it just encourages a pump and dump from the development team. So what he's doing is a continuous token offering, which means the supply is not limited to avoid pump and dumps. But if it doesn't have a limited supply, then it doesn't have as much scarcity. What do you guys think?
I don't know if that's.
Go ahead, Mark.
Go.
I probably share the same opinion.
No,
Yeah.
go ahead.
So stable coins like Tether, everyone knows it's in trouble, but they can mint as much as they want. Facebook Libra, if they release it, same thing, unlimited supply.
To me, listen.
Yeah.
You got to look at let's forget about cryptocurrency. Let's go to the stock market, right?
Yeah.
I mean, is everything manipulated in some way?
Sure.
I mean, that's the bottom line.
If it's not manipulated by a whale, it's manipulated by culture and the industry.
Correct. I mean, like, let me ask you a question. Is, oil prices, since I've been day trading, I'm being honest, I've been day trading. I'm going to be doing it live stream. I'm just trying to connect to all the networks. I've been trying to get help from Ross, which he's tried to help me, but I'm just not that IT guy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I invested into oil. I'm not going to say what I, invested into just because, I don't want somebody, throwing away their life savings into what I went ahead and put into. But oil should not be trading negatively. I understand why it's trading negatively, but it shouldn't be trading negatively.
It's pretty fascinating.
Right? Like, it's never happened before.
No.
And you're going to need oil. Once we come out of this, we're going to all need oil. People are going to drive. I think more people are going to start buying vehicles to go ahead and drive because they're not going to want to go ahead and take the trains or public transportation. So there's going to be a huge demand for oil.
Mm-hmm.
Now, who pushed it down? Like, it should have been sitting at least at $5, but it was pushed down. So at the end of the day, my whole thing is that I agree. Like, I mean, it doesn't really matter if you're on Binance. Like, everybody wants to jump. Communities want to jump and scream, we got to get on Binance. We got to get on Binance. That's great. I love Binance. It's a really good exchange. But to be successful as a cryptocurrency, you don't have to be on Binance. And you're looking at it the wrong way as a project. You need to build a project first and make it great and then worry about the price because the money will follow. The money will follow. We have more people chasing money than actually making a project and then letting the money come. So my analogy on this whole thing is that any which way you go about it in any market, there's always manipulation. There's always stuff being done to go ahead and suppress something or to go ahead and increase something. I'm going to let Mark go ahead and grab the mic now.
Oh, no, I mean, I can't speak too much about oil prices, but I mean, I've always been a firm believer, like you said, in build a solid project with a solid team and do things the right way, have the proper motives in place, and the rest will fall into place. I mean, what's Digibyte? Digibyte's not on Binance, and what's their volume on Bittrex? It's just nuts. It's through their what was their volume? It went up to 27 billion or million or something. 24 hours.
Well, what's the current price?
I don't know what it is USD, but or how many sats. It went up to 214, I think, but let me just look it up here.
Of what do you want the price for?
Digibyte.
Digibyte.
Digibyte. I like Digibyte.
So it's up 12.79% if you're judging by coin market cap right now. So I mean, again, I'm just impressed by. Do I think they do everything right as a community? Absolutely not. Because I don't think they should go out there and start, start beefing with people. Put your head in the sand, not put your head in the sand. Just keep grinding away. Just keep doing your thing. Stop. A lot of people start focusing on other people. I get their gripe with Justin. Totally understand. Go for it. Publicly go for it. I'm good with that. But to go ahead and monitor everything that everybody's doing and saying, I'm the best and you're not, that's not how it works. That's the only problem that I have with Digibyte. Everything else, I think, obviously the speed is remarkable. The project itself is remarkable. And again, I've always liked the community projects more so than the ICO projects that we've seen that would, take the 65 million and run.
You nailed it, man. I love the project. Everybody in the world's different. Would I go out and hammer Justin Sun publicly, or would I go out and hammer CZ publicly and then hammer again and then hammer again? Definitely not. It's not. Public shaming like that, to me, is not really the right way to go about it. That's just me personally. That's just how I are. Everybody's different.
If you did that in any other public company, you would be fired immediately.
But I understand.
Don't we talk about that? Though?
Yeah.
I understand
the maturity of the space.
Mm-hmm.
I understand what they stand for, though. Like they're completely decentralized, and they're standing firm is what they're doing. Their feet are in the ground. Like they're not moving. They're not moving off of their thoughts, their ideologies.
I'm gonna get some people wild up, but what is really decentralized?
Yeah.
Ugh.
I mean, we got it.
Yeah.
Blockchain is. We talk about blockchain a lot. That's decentralization. That's what we want. But I would say almost every single crypto project has some sort of centralization.
Well, I think you're right, actually, because even in a core team, you're a centralized project, but you're going to have your decentralized project,
correct,
with some form of a centralized core team.
Right.
Because even if I take my own current projects, Verge is completely decentralized, absolutely. Now, when you look at the core team, is it truly everyone equal? Everyone just comes out and blasts their own opinion and we're completely decentralized and do what we want, like we run rampant? No. So there's a form of centralization because you've got people in the core team that may have been around longer or have a stronger opinion. The new people come into the core team and go, we better just listen to that person. So you're right.
I think the way to define why we see immaturity in the industry is one of two things. Either it's the person who is, shouting out like that, they either have a lot of money themselves or within their team, or they have a lot of followers, and it gives them this momentum and it gives them this freewheeling that they wouldn't normally have. And they just start throwing things out there, and they don't have like an HR department or public relations department that sets standards that's like, look, you can't do this, you can't do that. And they just started launching it.
That's why, and we talk about this is the same thing with marketing.
Marketing!
There you go.
Boom! Marketing!
we should have like, one of those accounts set up so anytime somebody says marketing, like something flashes up there.
Yeah.
Well, we could have a marketing counter in one of our backgrounds. We're just adds them up.
Every time someone says marketing, let's have a shot of tequila.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm good.
It's 9 a.m.
Whatever.
Yeah, we're on quarantine. No, I'm kidding.
Listen, I fight with people all the time about Bitcoin, and like everybody says, "Oh, well, Bitcoin's, decentralized." I'm like, no, it's not. I mean, let's be honest. It has a little bit of centralization in it. I mean, can you tell me who who knows who gave out what to who when it all began? I mean, if you look at the list, there's like what 12 to 15 accounts that own the major majority of Bitcoin, so they can go ahead and do whatever they want at any time.
Yeah, you know what's really.
So, go ahead.
Most people have no idea, and I don't know them. I've read up on it, but who the Bitcoin core developer team is, and these are volunteers, and there's about a dozen people who work on it and do the Bitcoin improvement protocol updates, and nobody talks about them, tries to influence them, leverage them. Like maybe people attempt to, but it's not covered in the media. It's not discussed. None of that.
I find that remarkable. Ross, I find that truly remarkable that we've got, 5,000 projects. You go on crypto Twitter and people are hammering team members, are like this core team member this guy here, this founder this, and this guy ripped off this. And I find it totally remarkable. But on Bitcoin, none of that, absolutely none of that is happening.
So you're saying it's likely that it is happening?
One second. My wife's here with breakfast.
Ooh, nice.
Oh my God. Yo, he what is going on with him? Ever since he started doing this podcast.
Fuel. He needs fuel.
But ever since he started doing this podcast, it's like he thinks he's king. He has his wife bringing him breakfast. What is this now? Oh, he's making sure that. What else is he going to go ahead and have in the back of him? Who else are you advising?
What's that? I didn't hear anything you guys said.
Next thing, let's see the Canadian Parliament in the back with Justin's picture on it. Are you gonna tattoo casino coin on your cheek or something?
I love that backdrop. I love their logo. I'm gonna go make some casino coin chips, man.
That's
Listen,
awesome.
at the end, not to go ahead and skip on what Ross said. I mean, at the end of the day, again, we circle back to every market's manipulated in some sort of way, and people have to accept that and stop going onto Twitter or any social media platform and stating otherwise. Saying, "Oh no, Bitcoin," especially the big, Bitcoin maximists. They're like, "Yo, no, it's not centralized. There's no way." And stop. That's just lying to the people, especially to the people that are just coming in. And PR, another good point. I mean, a lot of these projects need PR. A lot of these projects need to really bring in real PR people to go ahead and focus on delivering their message to the public. And instead of having the CEO. So if you have a CEO, are you centralized?
You have to be.
Or decentralized?
You have to be. Especially if you're holding a large percentage of the token or the coin.
No, but then you go get people saying, "Well, I'm the CEO, but I don't, I don't have a large percentage of it."
Yeah.
Which doesn't make sense at all either.
Yeah.
And how many people? And how many are telling the truth anyway, whether they're holding or not?
Correct. And at the end of the day, if you get rid of the title CEO.
Do you guys
listen? I don't even know how to go about that.
Do you guys know the percentage of Microsoft shares that Bill Gates owns? 1%. I think 1%.
Yeah.
So he's the 1%. He's one of the wealthiest men on the planet because it's so massive.
Second to Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Bezos owns what? 6%, 6 to 12%.
That's amazing.
I don't know what it is now because of his divorce with his wife, but I know his wife did not take the shares because, she allowed him to control the company. Oh. Which, again, it's to her benefit as well that she didn't take it away and sell it because obviously she's the fourth richest female in the world. with
Mhm.
like $38 billion. So again, to her benefit, even though the breakup was cordial, you know, she did the right thing and didn't harm the Amazon or their share of Amazon stock. But yeah, most Zuckerberg owns what, maybe like 18% or 20% of his company. So, I mean, at the end of the day, once you start with 100, I try to explain this to a lot of people. If you start with 100% of your company, when you become successful, you're gonna end up in the 10s to 15% range.
Yeah.
Once it's all said and done, because you're giving away to venture capital, you're giving away to everybody to go ahead and grow that platform. I don't know if it's going to be the same for cryptocurrency though. What do you think, Ross?
I don't think so, because you can run a crypto team with no office, little overhead, just your development team. Like it's completely different because it's strictly tech industry. It's not like you're running Amazon or Microsoft where you're physically producing things. Like, man, remember when Windows 95 came out and those CDs came out?
Yeah.
Shipping those all over the world to businesses. They were putting super crazy promotional ideas. They had people from Friends on the Windows 95 cover. They had Weezer putting a music video with Windows 95. That's like the foundation of Microsoft taking off. Super crazy promotional campaigns. And with crypto, it's not that. Those things don't tie together.
No.
The costs are way down for these crypto companies that are massive. Look at the most wealthy people in the industry, and they actually didn't do a lot of marketing, is what they didn't do.
Well, let me ask you a question. Why does I was doing some research this week. Why does a crypto project need $65 million?
That's true. Yeah, like Block One, when they raised $4 billion. People.
But why? Yeah, but why do you need it? For
Development costs.
So you're telling me that it costs $4 billion?
No. But that's a portion.
That was an open-ended ICO. They didn't put a cutoff to it.
Okay, but let me ask you this question: $4 billion, right? How much of that $4 billion do you need to go ahead and build your project?
I think for them, it's not even that. It's like what project you want to build over the next decade. They could just start putting money at whatever they want and develop it, and which is actually smart, because what they do now is they have other companies and other development teams do something to build under their brand, which is crazy.
Do you think
they're building under their brand? What are they getting out of it though?
In a way, they have some control, because if they build on the network and use their token, then that's what they get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And now if their token goes up in price, what happens?
Yeah, then they make the money, right?
So my thing is back to square. I'm not trying to be socialist person here. I'm trying to ask, why do you need the $4 billion?
Exactly.
Do you need $4 billion? It's free to create. When anybody can start a token, it's free.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like what, $10, $15 to go ahead and start one.
Yeah.
Why do you need $4 billion to go ahead?
You don't.
You don't. That's the problem.
So do you respect ICOs that occurred, or even security tokens, or initial exchange offerings where they capped out and said, this is what we're raising, we've met our goal, and then they close it? Do you respect that more?
I respect cryptocurrencies that do that and give you a detailed explanation on what they're going to do with that money once they receive it or reach the goal.
Mm-hmm.
So here, we're trying to raise $3 million. $500,000 is going to marketing. $500,000 is going to, obviously, developers. If you give me an outline, I respect you for it.
Yeah.
And then you have you have everything mapped out. I understand. When 2017 hit and everybody's raising a stupid amount of money, and there's really just a pretty picture painted, but no real detailed explanation to what's going to happen. And then, we all know this, 80% of them did not deliver anything.
Yeah.
Should I name EOS? I mean, EOS raised a large amount of money, and what have they delivered? And I was a huge fan of EOS. I think that, when things were going well for them, it was like, first of all, the price on it was booming and everything was going well. And then, where are they now? I mean, what's happening? I'll probably get shit for that also. But why do you need so much money? And that, I'm a capitalist. I want you to listen. I believe everybody should get as much money as possible, but please tell me what you're doing with it. Because I've seen a lot of people, instead of posting things about their, project, they're posting pictures about, or during that time, they were posting pictures about the Lamborghinis and Ferraris.
Yeah.
What happens to those people that are still waiting, that invested, that are still waiting on that project to take off? You know how many people are waiting for their project to take off?
Yeah, I ran into someone the other day, and she says, "Yeah, I bought into Hive in 2017," and she was super ticked off. This is about 6 months ago. I'm like, just sit on it. I'm like, just wait. Hive's getting popular now.
Oh my! It went up 75 cents, I think now.
Yeah, I bet she doesn't even know. She doesn't even watch that. I should actually call her.
75 cents, bro.
It was at 18 cents crazy. Like 4 or 5 days ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's a little bit scary though with Hive.
It is, yeah.
That's a lot of push.
Yeah.
Take something from 18, a lot of push, man.
This is
a lot of money.
I'm big on Chainlink right now. I think Chainlink is awesome. I think, they've done everything the right way.
Wow.
In terms of from head to toe.
Why is that, though?
The right way. Look at the project itself. Look at how many different cryptocurrency companies, I shouldn't say companies, projects have come to them to go ahead and, use their platform. Like, it's just amazing to watch. I've been watching it for the past 2 years, and God bless them. They did everything the right way, and they're slowly going up.
I don't know a lot about the project, so tell me about I don't know a lot about it.
I wouldn't be surprised if the project goes ahead and hits $500 per token. And that's me probably being low.
Oh my God, you're shilling. What is it at now?
It's probably, I don't know. Last time, probably in the 2s to 3.
$3.75.
range.
375?
No, $3.75.
And then you think it's going to 500? Just wait for 10 minutes. I bet you'll see it go up. Now that you said that, you shiller.
No. Jesus. No, but I think when we go, a lot of people talk about we'll never go back to that bull run. We'll never see 2017 again. First of all, that was the most exciting time.
Oh,
if you were here in 17, that was so exciting.
Oh man, that was.
But
that was like, I didn't sleep. You can't sleep. You didn't sleep.
Going to sleep was terrifying because you're like, what's gonna happen?
It was full on 2, 3, 4 in the morning. Pop your eye open, take a check.
One eye. Look at your phone.
One eye. Yeah.
Holy crap!
Then we started to get strategic. We were like, oh, it's Asia time now. It's Europe time now. So you nail it down to that time. It's like, oh, it's 5 our time. It's like 5:30 at night, man. Asia's going to get going now. And then it's like 3 in the morning. It's like, Europe's waking up. It's like...
Listen, I was on Twitter, I don't know if you guys watched me in 17. When I came on here, I was like, Verge is doing it. And here comes, let's wait until 4 or 5 o'clock when Asia comes into play. And like, it was like being John Madden and illustrating on us on the teleprompter, like boom, like this is happening, like, and everything was going up. Like I don't think you could miss one call.
Yeah.
Like everything was going up, and then what separated the real guys from the fakes is when once we switched over into 18 and everything started slowly coming down, and that's when I was friends with a lot of people. They ain't around anymore.
No, it's true. I tell that to people all the time about projects like Verge. It's like, listen, guys, we've been around since 2014. We're not going anywhere. Like we're like that train going down the tracks. We are not going anywhere. These projects are just going to poof up in smoke. We're not going to go anywhere. We're going to be here now. We're going to be here later. We're not going anywhere. We don't need to go anywhere.
What do you guys say to people and who've written these articles that said the 2017 market pump was tied directly to the creation of Tether and them grossly expanding their available tokens?
I think it was tied directly to ICO. You needed Ethereum and Bitcoin to get into the ICO.
Yeah.
That's right. And are we going to reach it again? Man, our volume's double that it was in 2017.
Man.
So when you look at a volcano and how a volcano operates, man, if your pressure is double, it doesn't mean it's going to blow yet. But if your pressure is double, when it does blow,
yeah,
it's going to blow. Like you look at it doesn't lie. Look at the volume. It's double.
A year ago from now, roughly, Bitcoin's daily trading volume was anywhere from like 6 billion to maybe 8 billion a day. Now we're running like 30 billion plus a day.
Right.
That's crazy.
Oh, buddy.
Can I ask this question?
Yeah.
You know, everybody, you know, when I go on and say that, you know, Bitcoin is nothing but a SOV, you know, I get a few trolls that come on and, you know, start getting at me, you know. Well, it's not. It's, you know, it's the perfect play to go ahead and purchase stuff. If the motherfucker is going to $100,000 as experts would have you believing, right? Why am I selling?
Yeah.
Wouldn't I be collecting?
Yes. It's a store of value. Bitcoin is a store of value. It's being pushed to be used every day by these people because it's the first into the space. Everybody's like, oh, I accept Bitcoin. It's the most common name. So these whoever's pushing, everybody accepts Bitcoin, but they don't accept the altcoins. It's like your freaking store. You're a merchant and you're accepting Bitcoin and you're sticking around and you're waiting for freaking 15 minutes for somebody to buy a Coca-Cola.
Doesn't work.
It doesn't work. But of course everybody knows the word Bitcoin. So it's like if I'm a merchant, we accept where I'm working right now or whatever, we're accepting Bitcoin for car purchases now. So that might make sense because the guy purchased it in Bitcoin, come back, pick up, delivery. You know, that's going to take half an hour, 2 hours for delivery. That's fine. Why don't these merchants just accept an altcoin that's made for that?
Because they don't understand how to use tools to deal with the liquidity. They're terrified
because they don't know, because these merchants don't know where to go to learn about how to use crypto. These merchants aren't on freaking crypto Twitter. You think a car dealership, a used car lot that actually happens to be one of the biggest industries in the world is the auto industry? Do you think they have a Twitter because they actually operate their Twitter, or they just have a Twitter because somebody mandated that their dealership has a Twitter?
No, they subcontract that, and you have someone else writing their content. These
freaking influencers, man, on Twitter, it gets me riled up. They got to spend more time. If they're getting paid anyway to be I'm not talking about an advisor for a project. I'm talking about influencers. If they're getting paid, instead of doing their freaking giveaways that they're getting paid to do and peeling off, go freaking run courses. Get paid to do courses. Walk into these businesses and start talking about blockchain. Start talking about crypto.
I think influencer is the worst label that you can get or receive.
I think that's going to hurt people.
I don't like that. I personally, I wouldn't want to be labeled an influencer.
I was labeled that, and you know what? I don't know if I said it on here, but in 17, I was labeled an influencer, and I was like, okay, this is cool, yeah. And then I was like, hold up, I'm not an influencer. I don't want to be an influencer. I'm trying to be somebody who educates people, not an influencer that influences you to go ahead and get something, you know, on my dime, basically. So like anybody who puts me in as an influencer, I ask them to correct it, or
But
I won't even do business with you.
let me ask you a question, David. You have 70,000 followers. These other guys, whatever, have 200,000, 300,000. You have 70,000 followers. People give you attention. You're, for lack of a better sentence, I guess you're a name in the industry. People know who you are. So if somebody came to you and said, hey, David, you know what? We know you're not an influencer. We want to pay you in our token, or we want to pay you to be an educator. We need you. Would you do it? An educator?
Depending on the project, yes.
No, but a general educator on crypto. So carte blanche, you can talk about any project because you're a general educator. You can talk
absolutely.
about.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not?
Digibite to Chainlink to Casino Coin to Verge to
Listen,
talk about them all.
That there's nothing wrong with being paid. See, like
That's right. That's right. But to be an educator, these guys need to get off doing what they're doing and peeling off 10% of the frickin'. I see more giveaways on Twitter. It's like
there's a problem that we have on crypto Twitter. We have a problem being that, again, everything, our home base is crypto Twitter. There's no other place where you can really engage with people other than crypto Twitter on Twitter. Okay.
Are people trying to get off Twitter?
No, you can't, because you have to stay here for the time being until like we talked about last week, until we get out of our comfort zone. And that means that we as educators and not influencers, we go out there and we start hitting people that don't understand what blockchain is and don't understand what cryptocurrency is. That's when we'll start slowly moving away from crypto Twitter to speak, and we'll slowly start moving on to real, like, radio stations and TV appearances talking about cryptocurrency and blockchain. Right now, though, for the time being that we're so immature in this space, and the space is just not matured, crypto Twitter is our base. That is it. Anybody who tells me that Bitcoin talk is, absolutely not. It's a small percentage. Most people don't even know about it. I just mentioned it. I'm sure people will go check it out. But at the end of the day, people come on here.
You know, people come into my office and use the BTM machine, and a lot of them don't even know. They don't get it. They just, maybe they're sending money for whatever they're sending money for. It's not my business. I don't ask. But I always take the time, and I have all my backdrops in my office too. I have a second set of backdrops in my office. And I always take the time to sit there and tell people, listen, come by anytime and let's talk about crypto. I'm part of this project and I'm part of that project, but it doesn't mean you have to go and buy what I'm part of. But
a lot of
I want to educate people. I want to educate people.
And you're right about that, Mark. And that's the right way to go about it. The problem is that we have a stigma here from, I guess, 2017, where a bunch of crypto companies, I keep saying companies, but that's because I've been, I told you, I'm day trading right now for the fun of it, because, you know, everybody can be a day trader, as I said before, you know, so why not? Let me go ahead and give it a shot, right?
Yeah.
And then I'll post my 99.9% of my winnings. No, but, you know, the stigma from 2017 is that, all these projects paid people who had large followings to go ahead and shill their projects, you know, and anybody who now gets offered anything to go ahead and, let's say, represent Casino Coin, for instance, right? Why shouldn't, as an educator, because if you want to educate people about Casino Coin and tell them exactly what Casino Coin brings to the table, why shouldn't you get paid? You're not shilling. You're
Absolutely.
educating.
Absolutely, to get paid to be an advisor for sure.
Are you supposed to do it for free?
No.
No, but how do you pay the
not.
bills then? Like, if you want people to go full, the way this works, so whoever's watching, this is the way it works, right? People who have a conscience, I'll get 50,000 DMs asking me to shill some of the most horrific.
Name one. No, don't.
Gumby
It's
coin.
okay. No, don't name one. I was just joking.
I was about to. But, like, they're willing to give you so much money to do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you are an influencer or a shiller, then you're going to do it. If you have any respect for your own name and understand that, you know, unless you're Crypto Gumby or whatever, and I love using that one. But unless you're Crypto Gumby,
okay, like, next week you need a Crypto Gumby background, dude. Make one up. No, we just need a Crypto Gumby background.
Listen, I'm just saying that it's that right there is my name, right? That's my name. I can't tarnish it.
That's right. That's right.
To me, like I can't do it. And even if I was Crypto Chicken, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. That's not what I'm not here for short term.
Okay, but would you? Oh, okay,
so
let me ask you this.
How do I do this? How do I do this 100% of the time if I can't get? I'm supposed to live, right?
Why aren't you an advisor for a project then?
I'm very particular about what.
Yeah, fine. Of course. So am I. I'm very particular too.
I was an advisor for a few cryptocurrencies. And the only reason I went on there was, it wasn't for the money. It was to learn the ins and outs of a crypto project.
Absolutely.
Listen, you know what? He might kill me right now. Actually, why would he kill me? But I was like this close to going, not even this close. I was already a part of the Verge team. Like literally, like me and Justin talked. I was already about to do it. But I had to take a step back. Not because of me not believing in Verge. It's just that I understood if I can't give 100% to something where like I would have to focus 150%, basically get rid of my career and enter this field. What am I sitting on? Then I would have to call 17 other cryptocurrencies, have them give me money, and then promote everybody in order to go ahead and survive. I don't like that.
I don't know. I find the time, but I guess
no. But I mean, the way it's different. The way that I'm trying to approach it. It's not that. Even if Verge wanted to give me the money, I wasn't even ready yet.
But Verge doesn't have money.
Exactly my point. So
it's the project. I just.
And a lot of people don't understand that. So when they said, like in 2017, when people were saying, hey, you know what, let's have a freestyle session here today. When in 2017, when people were saying I was shilling Verge.
Yeah.
I got called a shiller a lot, and it hurt me because I was not shilling. I was just, what is Twitter for? It's just, you're able to go ahead and speak your mind, right?
Well, how do you
go ahead, Ross.
How do you feel about when you were called a shiller, but then at the same time what John McAfee was doing, charging like $500,000 per tweet to help projects pump and dump? Like there's a drastic difference. You cannot be labeled.
Correct. So like if you're gonna go to him, if you go to John, right? John's getting paid, God bless him, from the rumors. It's like $200,000, $400,000 to go ahead and get your stuff out there, right? I'm literally not getting paid. I'm on Twitter running my mouth, okay? Just saying, hey, look, I like Verge, I like Tron, I like IOTA, I like it, and people are like, oh, the OG cats coming out, oh, you're shilling, you're getting paid. Paid what? Verge has no money. What am I getting paid? Mark just said it. Verge literally has no money.
They can't even pay. They can't even pay you in Verge because they don't have the Verge to pay you in Verge.
But that's the whole thing. I would get into arguments with people, not understanding, David, what are you arguing about with somebody who's 63 years old living in their mother's basement? They're just trying to get on your nerves. But the perception is that you had a lot of people like Diary of a Made Man, and who's, if you want to talk about shilling, now that's a guy who shills. Like, he doesn't care. Whatever, I'm going to talk about it, I'm getting paid. But he was shilling it. He's not talking about it.
Okay, here's a comparison for you guys. So in the music industry, when you're an indie band, you're super cool, maybe you put out your own music, then you sign a big label, then you put your music in commercials, and then people say you're a sellout. Is that not a similar comparison?
No.
No,
No.
because then that's
These guys
like
are
me.
these are entertainers. These are artists.
I'm gonna explain one thing. Ready?
But that's the
Because
goal.
This would, no, but hold on. This is the way you would look at it, Ross. Ready? Me and you both have companies, right? I have G Media, you have yours, right? So if a cryptocurrency project comes to us and says, hey, we'd like to take out advertising and we'd like for you to go ahead and advertise us, it's a different story, right? So that you can make that comparison.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if somebody comes to Ross McDonald to do it, now, the people in our niche look at us as, oh, these people are shilling.
Mm-hmm.
When in fact, you're probably not shilling. You're going out there and you're telling people, hey, this is why X project is good.
Mm-hmm.
This is why you should look into it. And here are the things you should look into while researching this project. That's the difference between a shiller and an educator.
Mm-hmm.
And again, going back to 17, you have people calling you a shiller when you're not even getting paid by the project. That was probably, honestly, there was a point where I shut off my Twitter, meaning like, I didn't cancel it all, but I just shut off my computer and I was like, you know what? I'm not going on for a week because I need to just gather everything up.
Yeah.
Refocus. Because like, why are people calling me a shiller? Let's talk about it. Again, we're going to be free in this podcast today since, some dude didn't want to go ahead and join us today. What's his name?
Sam.
Who?
Sam.
Who?
Sam McCullough.
Exactly. Nobody knows about him. But anyway, Sam didn't feel like joining us. Sam, listen, I'm not the one. I'll get at you. I know Ross and, Mark are holding him back, and they're probably
No, I already said my
Give me a
piece
buck.
right at the beginning, but now we're halfway through the show and you had to say it again.
But-
So that the people that fast forward through are still going to catch it.
I joined. Here's the thing, and I'm gonna say it, I don't really care, right? OCN. They asked me to join. Keep joining. You had a lot of people DMing me, join OCN. Hey, join it. I got like 15 offers. I never accepted one. Then the head guy, I forgot his name, so YU, goes ahead and sends me a thing, and he's like, hey, can you help us out with PR? And I'm like, it took me like a few days, and I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'll help you out. Never received money from them, but I was like, you know what? I want to go and work for an Asian crypto project, because I want to see what the difference is, right? So I go there, and after 3 days, I'm out.
Really?
I'm like, I'm not doing this. Thank you very much for the time. Whatever. Literally 3 days. I didn't get paid. I'll even show you guys my accounts. I didn't get paid for anything. I don't have any OCN from them. I literally just and then they come out with, well, David is no longer with us. But when I joined OCN, this is how bad 17 and 18 were. People are on there. You have 60 to 90% of the people are like saying congratulations. The 10%, and it's usually the trolls and everybody, and this little clique that we have here, they're the most vocal, right? So they're going on there and they're trashing me. OCN, I'm out of your project. Gakshin's in it. I'm out of it.
Wow.
Why? No, but my whole question is why?
Mm-hmm.
And nobody can come up with a reason. The reason is that I come in on Twitter. I've been on Twitter forever, but I come in 17. I get this following. Oh, hell no. This guy can't get any love. We're going to go ahead and shame him. We're going to go ahead and do everything to destroy him. And they did. I'm going to tell you one thing. They attacked me every single minute of the day.
It's jealousy.
You know what? It was kind of like, whatever it was, I wasn't used to it, because I give you guys so much positivity.
Mm-hmm.
I will work with anybody. Anybody sends me a DM, I will help people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here to help. I'm not trying to If I wanted a Ferrari or a Lamborghini from any of these projects, I could have got one. I've said that plenty of times. I could have went ahead and sold out a long time ago to go ahead and be filthy rich. I'm being honest. Like, I could have been there. I didn't. Like, that was not my game plan. First of all, my game plan wasn't to go ahead and all of a sudden get this huge following. My game plan wasn't to have people go ahead and buy bots and send them onto my account and ruin my entire. I went through so much. Like, where I think the whole goal for them was, yo, we're gonna make him quit. We're gonna really make him quit. We're gonna bring him down to his knees. Yeah, people talk about, oh, he works for a dealership. He works in the automotive industry. You're a used car. You sell low jack. And what? Like I'm supposed to be ashamed of what I do. Like,
I'm sell low jack.
You know, it's like I'm like, wow, the hate is real. That's why, like, when people do come into this space, and that's why that was me being really open with you guys, right? So I went through a period where, you know, you're getting attacked, you're not really feeling good nor confident. Like, you don't even want to help people. I didn't even want to be on this no more. I was like, this ain't fun. I came on here having fun, and all of a sudden, you know, these little cliques want to come up and pile up and, you know, get on you for no reason.
I think that's always going to be. It's always going to be like that.
People think it's easy to, like, man, these kids on Twitter, they think it's all bright to be, you know, part of a project, like an advisor, a core team member. They think it's just like, it's the easiest thing in the world. There's so much pressure on being part of a core team or an advisor. Internal pressure. We want to perform and we want to do what's best for the project. There's a lot of internal pressure. Like, if people think we just sit around all day, it's like, I asked Ross, like, Ross, honestly, we live in the same city, good friends. How many times a week do we actually talk? People think, whoa, you're in the same city, you see each other all the time, you're probably on the phone. No, because I'm like deep into these projects. If I'm going to advise for a project, I've got to really believe in that project. I get campaigned all the time. This and this, come work with that. I have to really believe in what that project is doing. Like, I can be upset at Verge sometimes too, and some of the core members, but I absolutely 100% believe in Verge. Casino Coin, the newest one, do I believe? Absolutely 100% Casino Coin is I don't know, call it shilling if you want, but man, look out. Look out on the use case.
So let me ask you this.
Is it shilling to go ahead and like the Calgary Flames? I mean, or the New York Rangers? Is it shilling?
Shilling, yeah. If you like the New York Rangers, it is.
Go fuck yourself.
But for Calgary Flames, it's not shilling, it's normal.
Nobody even knows about the Flames. I gave you a new fan base.
Yeah, people in America say, where's Calgary? What's that? Okay, let me ask you this. So if we're going to have successful products in the blockchain industry, and we've been mainly talking about finance. We haven't been talking about anything else, right? If you eliminate Twitter, where should the successful marketing and PR department go?
You can't eliminate Twitter. That's the problem.
No, but I'm just saying, for, you know, to go after the public and to go after use case and to gain users, because that's what it's all about.
You need education houses. You need pop-up stores. You need stores that sell Ledger, Trezor. You need.
How much does that cost? How much does that cost, Mark?
What's that?
A lot.
Right now, you just said, well, without Twitter, then you need to have all these stores pop up. You need to have these educational centers. How much is that going to cost you?
I don't know. I have Ledgers and Trezors at my place. I have wallets that I sell at my place.
No, but I'm just saying, to open up shop, how much is it going to cost?
Not lots.
Well, if you're talking about...
Let's say it's just $3,000 to go ahead and open up a store.
Okay, right, okay, yeah.
Okay, just rent $3,000 a month?
Right.
But on Twitter, you're doing it for zero.
Yeah.
So, again...
And you're reaching a bigger demographic, yeah.
Correct. You're global versus being local. So, at the end of the day, we're stuck on Twitter until, like I said, we mature and we start going outside the box. My problem with these my problem with these conferences is that you have the same faces, and it's all very cliquish.
Yeah,
So
it's a chamber.
if you're not correct, if you're not a part of this clique, you're not getting in. So you'll have the same people speaking, okay? Some of them bring nothing to the table. I could care less. I want to bring the community together, but there's some people that just, I honestly, I'm watching, I'm like, I'm not getting nothing from this. And I would like to learn. It's not about ego here either. It's like, Mark, if you know something or Ross knows something that I don't know, I want to learn it. Only so I can become better. So I could take that and transfer it on to the next person when I'm speaking to a crowd of 20. Like, that's what it's about. But when you have somebody that brings absolutely shit to the table, yet they're at these conferences, and then you have people coming to these conferences and watching it, they don't understand it. So we need to have real people that have no interest in, I'm talking about personal interest. There's two ways to go about that, though. There's personal interest from a standpoint, listen, everybody wants to go ahead and be a figure in their industry. That's okay. But don't do it at the expense of having your bags fill up while educating people, and then having those people lose out in terms of losing money. I see a lot of tweets from some big names on Twitter. A lot of them tweet out, for instance, right now during this pandemic, where they're saying, hey, everybody needs to go back to work. Well, yeah, everybody can go back to work. The factory worker goes back to work, he gets sick, the economy gets worse, and our healthcare system goes ahead and breaks down. Yeah, you can go back. If you are willing to go back to work, the person who's tweeting that, if you are essentially willing to go back to work and stand on the front lines with everybody else, let's do it. Let's go out and do it. But if you're working remote and you're going to sit in your house and you're so cocky and willing to go ahead and put out those tweets to have the factory worker go back to work and call this entire thing a hoax, shame on you. Because you're looking out for your pockets. You're not looking out for the person who has 3 kids, okay, 3 mouths to feed, rent, all these other bills. He has to go back out there to work. He gets sick, dies. What happens then? You're not going to remember him. But it's all about your personal gain. And that's why sometimes at some points, I can't stand the 1%. Because they think currency and they don't think about human life.
Yeah, they don't live in the same planet as most people.
No. I mean, it's easy to say, it's easy from like right now to sit here and say, hey, guys, go back to work. When you're not when you have the ability to work remote. Hey guys, go back to work, man. It's okay. I mean, it's nothing more than the common flu. It's the flu. You'll be all right. I mean, my thing is, what kind of message are we, like our own community, what kind of message are we sending?
Do you think when we're saying that crypto Twitter, we're almost 11 years into it, right? I think now, Bitcoin, 11 years, right? Almost. Yeah. Anyway, how is it, because it's such a new technology that people don't know how to get it out? When we say we're young in crypto, we are young in crypto. 11 years or not, we are young in this tech. Like, we are babies. Is it because we're still trying to figure out how to get it out? How do you get out a crypto? How do you get out the word on crypto?
First of all, we don't even have a foundation. Like, we don't have a foundation.
These are up to the exchanges, though. These are up to the freaking exchanges to do that.
Maybe not.
They're advertising. These exchanges are advertising on crypto Twitter, blah, 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 blah. And we've done this and we've done this month. Go spend $1 million and advertise in billboard. Go advertise in the real world. Okay, it's up to the exchanges to do this.
Mark, you need a government body.
Yeah.
No, but not a government. I'm talking about a governing body.
Like a board.
Correct.
Yeah.
So you have a board that goes ahead and sets these things up to where, hey, hypothetically, Mark will be educating JP Morgan Chase employees on the use of blockchain. Like, this is what we need.
That would never work in crypto, man.
Well, but and then we'll never grow. So
it's never going to work. How are you going to get a board? Man, you tell me you've got Justin and CZ and Jared Tate all sitting on the same table saying, hey, I'm going to do this. You do that. It's like
you need to go ahead and set up something like the UN. Not a big fan of the UN, but you got to set up something like the UN, okay, where you have people representing everybody. You have a body, okay, that's voted on by the people. Somehow, I don't know how it works. This is just me throwing it up in the air. You set up a body where these people go ahead and have the ability to go ahead and take us out of the crypto Twitter zone.
Here's
go ahead and it's not on them. It's not on. It is on them to grow the space because they'll benefit. Don't get me wrong.
Think about this:
we need to broadcast. We need like a crypto church, man, where it's like not. I only use that word because it's the first thing. Like it's the closest I could have come, but where it's one central conference where it's broadcasted out, everybody from around the world. We need education houses.
Consider this: when the internet was coming out, and when everyone was, getting onto dial-up and getting online for the first time, all of the development companies were fighting over whose internet protocol to use, which systems to get online with, and they were all doing the same thing. And consider the technology back then compared to now, how bad it was and how slow it was, and yet they were still able to do it. But why? Because culture just accepted certain protocols, and they did marketing enough so that one took over from another. The big companies, Microsoft, IBM, you name it. And that's exactly what we're going through right now. Everyone's fighting over exactly what they're doing.
Bitcoin doesn't need marketing.
I mean, there's a huge difference with, Bitcoin is word of mouth. I mean, Bitcoin, is basically associated with blockchain. That's the first thing that anybody thinks of when you say blockchain. You think Bitcoin, or the first thing that if anybody says cryptocurrency, you think about, Bitcoin. You don't think about anything else. You just don't. For a person outside of the space, you don't think about anything else. My thing is that you had. When you talk, Ross, when you talk about like Amazon and you talk about Microsoft and all these companies, they have a real use case.
Right.
No, not saying that cryptocurrency projects here don't have a use case, but these things had a real use case for business.
Yeah, they didn't have an industry with companies that didn't have a use case. Everything had a use case.
Correct. But, well, here, look, okay, so mobile banking. Hey guys, you can go ahead and use mobile banking instead of coming to the bank. What that did was it freed up more money for the banks because now they don't have to have so many stores open, and people go online and pay the bills. Awesome. Microsoft, who doesn't need Microsoft? We need computers. You need software for the computer. So I mean, these things really had. Amazon, I mean, I didn't think Amazon was going to turn into this kind of beast, but they're basically a monopoly. They own everything. Mm-hmm. They'll probably own more stuff to come. I mean, they're not finished. But they had some sort of use case. Like Amazon, hey, I don't want to go to the library. I don't want to go to Barnes and Nobles. I'm going to go on Amazon and just, I'm going to buy books. And it might be a little bit cheaper. It became, when the internet came out and when people got it right, people became, I think it's done a horrible job. And now people are lazy. Like you have Instacart, right? You have Uber Eats. Like everything's basically catered to you now.
Yeah.
But they found that's what the internet has basically developed, that where now you shop online for clothing. You shop online for groceries. You shop for everything online. You can shop for a car online and it's delivered to you. So like that's the internet. That's where the internet went with their niche, and they're still young. They're still developing. Blockchain technology, cryptocurrency. Forget about blockchain. Cryptocurrency projects need to find their niche now. They need to find their niche and how it's going to work. We're not there yet. I mean, it didn't take the internet. It took the internet a little bit faster to go ahead and establish itself, but that's because it was so new. Like it was new. There was nothing else out there. Oh my God, this is the future. But people still don't understand how to use the internet, correct? I mean, like, again, I bring back Zuckerberg at, Facebook at, the hearing out in Washington, and nobody, I mean, it was just horrific, the questions that were thrown at him. People don't know how to, use Facebook. I mean, at the end of the day, it'll probably take a few more years, I think, before we actually see, cryptocurrency, blockchain implement. Well, blockchain is already being implemented into stuff, but cryptocurrencies in general, projects being implemented in real world use.
Do you guys feel that if all of the smartphone companies have crypto and blockchain tied directly into the smartphones, that it would launch the industry?
That's going to help. For sure. Absolutely, man. I don't disagree with that, but what do? They include 5,000 wallets? Like, yeah.
Well, if they did top 10, top 50, would it change things? I think so.
Does that mean, top 10, top 50 for what, though? What does top 10, top 50 mean? Does that mean that they're viable projects? Yeah, but that just means that they have a big market cap. That doesn't mean that they're that.
Well, unfortunately, market cap and liquidity, it reduces,
Yeah, I
risk
get that.
for institutional investors, so that's what they want.
It is, yeah. I hear it all the time. Market cap, liquidity. I hear it all the time with the projects I'm involved in. What's your market cap? What's your liquidity? Blah 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 blah.
How smart would that be if, let's say, Apple launched a crypto wallet that's built right into the phone, and then they included the top 10 crypto, but then they also included top 10 cryptocurrencies for the largest communities?
No, it has to be per use case, though. You can't. I personally don't think it's top 10, top 20.
So you think
it's best technology for that use case.
So you're saying that there's really good use cases that just haven't developed their communities?
Well, listen, and again, yeah, you call me biased, whatever, call me biased. Let's go to PayCent. The only worldwide crypto card, the only one. They've delivered 90,000, probably over 100,000 cards right now. The only worldwide crypto card. I've got three in my back pocket, 4 actually. And I go online and do all my online banking, and it's crypto attached. What's their market cap? How often do you actually hear about PayCent? But yet it's one of the strongest, if not the strongest worldwide crypto card. Mm-hmm. Now you've got projects like Excel Trip or whatever. There's other ones too. I think the Travala or whatever. I don't know, whatever. But there's online booking sites. Excel Trip, amazing. It's an online, like an Expedia, where you book trips with crypto. How often is it talked about? So these companies that, like the cell phone companies, like say Apple, were developing wallets, pick out certain, it's like, hey, now on my Apple phone, I can book a trip with, or I can load my PayCent card into this, or I can do online gaming or sports with the Casino Coin chain. Like online gaming, esports, and maybe even lottery with Casino Coin. It's like, what you literally don't need another chain. Mm-hmm. Casino Coin is, it's worldwide. You can literally use it for the largest industries in the world, but it's not top 10 or top 20.
No.
So we should go by use case. And let's have another argument. Bitcoin, Litecoin, Bitcoin store of value. Do you think people are going to use Litecoin more in merchants or Bitcoin more at merchants? Well, what makes more sense, though? More sense to use Litecoin.
Everything we talk about, though, is about, I feel like there's nothing in terms of like a real use case from this standpoint. All we're talking about is cryptocurrency.
I'm not.
And
I don't disagree.
No. But all we're doing is talking about money. Like, think about it. Just sit back and think about it. All we're talking about is money.
No.
Because there's, except for a few that actually, like, okay, Casino Coin, right?
Right.
So Casino Coin goes ahead.
It's
and
a chain.
So Casino Coin goes ahead and partners up with what's the freaking casino out here? Atlantic City, right? So Atlantic City, they go ahead and hook up with Atlantic City to where Casino Coin is used everywhere in all those casinos out there.
No, but it's not that. It's Atlantic City. Atlantic City goes and gets their casino to make a token built on the Casino Coin chain.
Correct. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so they go ahead and partner up. They build their own coin on Casino Coin's platform.
Right.
That's what we have to look at. Yet, if you look at the 7,500 plus cryptocurrency projects that we have out here, I mean, 90% are doing the same thing. And it's all about what's the price on the cryptocurrency.
Right, correct.
So, but that's not how the internet, that's not how these internet companies came out.
Right.
I mean, like Amazon, they weren't, people weren't looking at price. They were looking at how can I get a book?
Right.
So like, until we get to that point where we go away from how much is the price of Verge to, hey, how can I use Verge to go ahead and pay for my shopping?
Yeah.
That's when the mentality, I'm talking about that mental switch from what's the price to I want to use my Verge card to pay for my groceries that I just got from Walmart. That's when, you know, the entire niche will change.
I totally agree, and I mean with Casino Coin, that's what we're focused on too, B2B, and that's why I love the project so much, because it's totally in my wheelhouse for B2B. It's basically like, hey, if you're a casino and you're regulated casino and you need, because we all know with this pandemic, what's going on, everybody's gone to online gaming, everybody's online, so now it's even stronger use case for their chain. All these casinos are going to go, hey, how do we go digital? Well, in a regulated industry, we've already got built-in KYC. We've already got built-in KYC AML built right in. Ross, you know, built right in. You've downloaded the app, right? The BRM.
So quick.
It's like, boom, done, built-in KYC. Well, if you're a casino looking to make your own token and it's got built-in KYC AML, it's like bing, bang, boom, done. Mm-hmm. It's already there.
But you're going to have the period where, you know, instead of a casino reaching out to, you know, Casino Coin, they're going to try to do their own thing, which will cost more. I've always made this argument since 17.
Absolutely, it'll cost more. Yeah.
So I'm like, why would you want to create your own blockchain when there's one already established for you? Right. There's a platform ready for you and your business. Why would you want to go ahead and waste the time, waste the money, hire people? I mean, it's a lot of money, and then wait about a year or two to go ahead and work out the fine kinks.
Yeah, there's only a few reasons why. There's only a few reasons why. One would be control. Two would be greed, which goes hand in hand with control. And correct. Outside of that would just be stupidity, really.
It's greed and control for sure, 100%.
I said it with XRP, right? So I said the banks should use XRP to go ahead and do all their transfers, right? It makes sense, right? You know, you can't have JP Morgan, who developed a coin, right, to go ahead and send it to, like, Bank of America is never going to accept that. I'm going to go ahead and take JP Morgan's coin. I don't even have a coin yet, but I'm going to use, no. So you need somebody that's already, let's be honest, XRP has already done it. They have systems in place. They have platforms in place. Integrate them, and then maybe work it out where you build on them and build your own thing. But at the end of the day, like, we're going to get into that phase. We're not there yet, but we're in the phase. I think we're slowly in the phase where people are going to try their own thing before they finally say, you know what? I spent $5 million on this one. All it could have took was just, $50,000 in a handshake.
Well,
I mean,
how many loyalty tokens are there out there? Oh, man.
As many as the businesses.
Tons.
Okay.
So a loyalty token, you can actually just build that. You can do a loyalty token right on the casino coin chain too. Bing, bang, boom, done. Your chain's done for you, and we'll pop there. Carry on with business. You don't have to go spend that year developing.
What do you guys think the chances are that down the road you have a bank using, JP Morgan, Quorum, or using XRP, and doing a transfer where there's an atomic swap between the two, and they are working together and using different chains?
Well, if they want to save money, they'll have to do it.
Yeah.
But right now,
the chances are great.
and control will not allow it right now.
The who?
With
Ego and control.
too much ego and too much control.
It's going to go away. They're going to have to, man.
Look, let me ask you a question. When the internet came out, right? They said that nobody would use email. Nobody's going to go on computers to go ahead and look at, their email boxes. What are you talking about? Nobody's going to search on the internet. I mean, nobody's going to buy things on the. And what happened?
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
change happens. At the end of the day, change is going to happen. It's more so, when is it going to happen? And like let's go backtrack a little bit. Who's going to help us get there? And the people in this community, the big voices, need to go ahead and do that. They need to go out there and preach it to people that don't know about it. And that's our problem. We keep preaching with these conferences. We keep having the same people attend them. And we keep teaching the same people who already pretty much know, 101 about cryptocurrency. So to me, it's madness. It's just, madness being played out. I mean, we had Tracy from Untraceable, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's working, like, you can feel it. Like, she's working on, hey, I'm stepping out of the box. I'm getting people that don't know about cryptocurrency or blockchain technology, and I'm teaching them. Or I don't know if it was Ross or Mark, you said it to her, and she was like, yeah, we should have like a, blockchain 101 for people set up.
She said that was essential to the conferences.
Yeah.
She said if you're not doing that at the conferences, you're not doing your job.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. So then you have people that learn it and then can skip right into, all these major figures that are talking and, sit back and learn some more. I mean, that's how we'll get. Again, I keep on saying we need to get away from crypto Twitter. How many people, look, if you're in the 1% or you work in an institution and you come onto crypto Twitter, because most of them don't even know about it, to be frank with you, they don't. People make it sound like everybody knows about crypto Twitter. They're not, they don't. So they go on to crypto Twitter, right? They look at half the stuff that's going on crypto Twitter. Do you think you, Ross, that's still sitting on billions of dollars, you're going to invest into this space? But let's be honest.
Yeah.
You come onto crypto Twitter from a big institution, or you got a lot of money. Let's say you got billions of dollars, and you look at this space. You're going to invest into it?
You know what? Most accredited investors or people who are big time in any sort of business, when they look at the cryptocurrency industry, they won't invest in it yet because they look at the teams and the companies and they don't have a plan, or they don't have the right people to manage the finance. That's why they don't invest.
Right people, like, you go on and you look at the team, and the team looks horrific.
Yeah.
Either it's a team full of characters, no disrespect, but again, I'm talking about somebody from the finance world looking at the team and their cartoon characters. I get it. Crypto, people want to remain anonymous. Understandable. But when you're trying to go ahead and go from here to here, you need to open up. I mean, you need to build trust. How can I go ahead and give you $1 million of my money and have faith in cartoon characters? Like, that's what we don't, like, we're still not understanding that if we had real faces, if we went ahead and hired You know, like look, Binance hired real people from the real world. You know, if we hire people, known people from the institutions, you start cranking it up. You start cranking up, and then people start looking into the industry because those people have loud voices.
Yeah.
And then we can start talking about, hey, how do we market this? Which goes back to Ross's thing in the beginning. How can we go ahead and market this? Do we go on television? Do we go on radio? Do we have radio shows on Sirius XM now?
Yeah.
That talk about blockchain and, you know,
let's do crypto radio. Let's do a radio show. We should do a radio show. We talked
you
about,
need to have,
why don't we do a radio show? Why don't we do crypto radio, and then we'll campaign our whatever, whoever we have in our local area to put a show on.
We could.
Listen, I've been trying to turn G Media. I've been trying to do a 24-hour show. That's what I'm working on right now. A 24-hour show, whether it's video or I would say live radio, but some people, it would be podcasts, right?
Right.
To me, that's educational. But it's hard because you don't have enough people that know about the space. And you don't want to just get regular people. I'm down with it. I'll do it 24 hours a day.
What we need is a bridge to people that really understand traditional finance and not these people who are just hobbyists in the cryptocurrency industry. And next week, that's what we have on the show. We have Miguel Carlos.
Yeah.
And man, I'm excited for that. He was actually just texting me. He wanted to jump on the podcast here, and I was like, no, we're just ending. I want to give him the full time of a podcast next week.
I'm excited for him actually because we're gonna hear from a traditional finance, like we're gonna hear that crossover from a very well educated, very humble, like next week's show, man, it's gonna be awesome with him.
Miguel's a cool cat. I talked to him a lot on here. It's funny, you talk to more people on here than you do in real life, but that's because we all share something in common.
Yeah.
But he's a cool cat, really down to earth. I love what he's doing in terms of, you know, the donations part. You know, I'm big on that right now. I'm talking about it repetitively.
Fantastic.
You know, with the PPE and all that stuff. And he's, you guys are in for a good treat once you tune in next week.
Yeah.
Sadly, I know everybody's disappointed today because Sam didn't show up. I don't even know what company he represents. I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm a douchebag at times. I can really be an asshole. but you know what?
Oh.
Sam, you want to be successful, you need to learn one thing. If you couldn't make it today, you should have just reached out and just told Ross or Mark, hey, I can't make it today.
You know what's gonna happen?
You know what?
You know what's gonna happen? He's gonna email Ross and go, yeah, thanks for the blast, but dude, I had Corona. I couldn't email him. Sorry, I was in the hospital.
Okay.
No. We always wish that somebody's okay, but
yeah.
I'm just that guy. If I'm supposed to be somewhere at 11, I get there at 10:45. That's just like
Rose doesn't know. I'm like Steve Avery right now.
Yeah.
I mean Sean Avery, excuse me.
Okay,
Sean Avery.
Sean Avery. I'm like Sean Avery with this stick right now in front of Mort Amber's door.
I don't care.
That. You're like Kachuk and what's that guy from LA? Clifford? No.
Dowdy.
Dowdy and Kachuk. Yeah, you're like the Dowdy.
Okay, before we wrap up, shout out to our sponsors, to the Manny Pacquiao Foundation for their efforts and what they're doing. Fantastic charity to work with. If you want to donate even $1 of cryptocurrency, goes a long way. And David, tell us about what you've been doing with Binance Charity Foundation.
Well, I've been working with Binance Charity to go ahead and get PPE to our frontline workers, those that are literally let's put it in perspective. We have people out there right now saving lives. They are the real heroes. After, if you haven't learned anything from this, shame on you, but I've learned a lot. I appreciate the real heroes, and that are the healthcare professionals out there risking their lives every day, and they also have family just like us. So God bless them. I pray for them, And it's awesome to have an organization like Binance Charity, Manny Pacquiao Foundation, and others contributing whatever they can to go ahead and help these guys, whether it's N95 masks or gowns, whatever it may be, even food. I've seen a lot of restaurants delivering food to hospitals. So
Yeah.
shout outs to all the restaurants. Support your local restaurants right now. I know we're stuck in the houses and all that stuff, but order. I don't think it's a bad thing to go ahead and do and order some food maybe once a week to go ahead and show them some love.
Binance Charity has raised 399 Bitcoin for crypto against COVID. And
Wow.
also, we know Miguel Carlos has been working with Manny Pacquiao Foundation to bring N95 masks and other supplies to a lot of different areas. And
Well, Miguel's family has personally raised some stuff, like
Oh.
his personal, like him personally, his
I-
family.
I love sharing these stories. It's fantastic.
Good for him, man, and good for his family, and his kids. Like, he's teaching his kids the proper way. Good for
Yeah.
him. Like, really good for him. Like, kids are gonna grow up strong.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
And I want to go ahead and give a special shout out to Ross's wife for the amazing job she did with his hair this week. I can't find a razor. I can't find anybody to cut my hair right now. My hair is growing. By the time I leave quarantine, I'll look like Tarzan. But yeah,
grow your
Shout out
hair
to your
out
wife
and put
and-
on a Van Halen t-shirt and just go with it.
I'm about to do that.
Awesome, guys. Nice
Oh,
chatting
boy.
with you.
Oh, by the way, listen, Mark has some more casino coins to give out. Okay, let's pick. How do we do this? How does this?
I
all
have
work?
okay. Well, the community, the casino. By the way, the casino coin community is great. The Discord. It's a really, really well-ran Discord. I'm just gonna say that. But anyway, the casino coin community is amazing. They reached out to me. I gave away 100,000 of my own personally, and then Ross gave away 100,000 CSC. But David, we have 100,000 CSC donated from the community. You're in if you want. Why don't?
Listen, G Media is going to give away that 100,000, those 100,000 coins.
It's going to bring awareness. We go up to a decent
Who's all the-
project. It's not shilling. It's just
Put that on Twitter right now. Let them know 100,000 coins or tokens, excuse me, of CSC. Did I get that right?
Yep.
yeah.
G Media, giving it out to you guys.
Well, then you gotta put it on Twitter, not me.
No, you put it on Twitter.
I'm not G Media.
By the looks of it, you sponsor everybody. So, like, I don't know.
You've got to put it out. Ross gave away his 100,000. And by the way, the guy that won Ross's 100,000 was really grateful.
He was stoked.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
so
amazing how excited the community is. The casino coin community is so excited.
I will go ahead and put it out there from G Media that G Media will go ahead and give away 100,000 tokens of casino coin.
Okay, cool. So you're gonna download the casino coin BRM then.
Yeah.
Yes, I will.
App. Yeah, perfect. Then you can go tell everybody what you think of the app.
Should I? My real opinion? I'm kidding. Yo, they're gonna kill me. No, I'm actually a big fan of Casino Coin. I like the guys. This has nothing to do with Mark's involvement. Mark's a great guy. Mark's a great guy for any organization. But at the end of the day, I actually like the community. I like how tight knit they are. Very pleasant. Don't give me shit. So I really like the project itself. God bless them. I hope they're really, really successful.
Well, they're educated. They're an educated team. They've got a really strong background, and they're very respectful. You're in their Discord. They're very respectful in there.
My thing is they finally did the right thing. They got somebody to advise them on how to build their brand.
Mm-hmm. And to do some marketing.
Marketing.
Ding, 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 ding.
It's like marketing. Casino coin.
Ross,
Ding, 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 ding,
Ross,
ding.
hold on.
I'm getting a buzzer. I'm getting a buzzer for next week.
Before we go, Ross, what are you doing?
I gotta pull my socks up, right? I gotta pull my socks right up.
Ross, what are you doing? Like, what's a blockchain magazine doing? You know, what are you up to? You never, you know what? I love Ross because like you're the quiet guy. You sit back, you listen to me and Mark bitch and all this shit. What are you doing? Tell the people what you're doing with your stuff. We know that you have the quarterly magazine, which is phenomenal.
He's got whale apparel, man. He has a clothing line. He's got whale apparel. I don't know if we have time to talk about what we have. We have to find time to.
You know what? We'll bring that up next week. And you know what? I want to launch a line of clothing and products with G Media on it, and we're launching Casino Coin products and other brands, and we're actually doing.
Actually, we got Verge products too.
Yeah, they're all
and
on
Change there. Now, right?
We're putting anything on there, and 50% of the profit from these projects and companies we partner with is going back to the projects and the foundations. So if you have something like a non-ICO like Verge or Casino Coin and they need funding for the foundations, we're going to assist with that with the apparel. So we'll launch that.
So it's 50% back to the project, 25% to charity, and 25% to cover the overhead.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's great.
That's amazing.
Yeah. It's a great platform.
I wish you would talk more about it.
Well, I'll finish. You know what? I'm going to design some apparel and I'm going to Photoshop you into it, David, and then we're going to launch it.
Buddy, I really want to see G Media with David's picture on it.
Yeah.
G Media clothing with David's picture.
Before we go, 2017, I had guys from the GOAT clothing store make a bunch of shirts where it had like the G logo, had my old DG logo. It had a picture of me with the crown. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah.
One of those. Remember that? So it had that on the thing, and people loved it. They really wanted to buy it, right? Which was cool, whatever. Half of it I would have went ahead and threw into charity, especially now. So listen, on air right now, I'm saying it right now, Ross, I would love to go ahead and do it with your company.
That's great.
Nice. Let's do it, man. Let's push it.
Put some really nice designs with some really
so we
nice
can do like different
David
pictures. We can do like Amish David. We can do like
where did that come from?
We can do like New York Ranger David, Lundquist David. We can do a whole bunch of different stuff.
You know why? Because my hair's growing out, so I put on this, right? So now I have the beard going and all that stuff, so Amish David.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's look forward to next week. I'll send you some of these designs and we'll get this going.
Let's do it.
Amish David, his hair is growing out. Look
at my. Hey, you're gangster now.
My hair is just completely. Listen, I mean, Ross, I don't know how many wives he has, man. Look, he got the shape ups and all this stuff. I mean, my clip broke. I can't get another one. I mean, they're all sold out everywhere you go.
I think Ross belongs in like a Just for Men commercial.
Wait, what's Just for Men?
What?
No, you look perfect for like a
shampoo.
Just for. No.
Wow, hold on.
Oh, for gray hair?
Yeah, well, I'm not speaking about the gray hair part, but I'm just speaking in the commercial generally. It's
I have
like
gray hair coming in the beard.
Ross McDonald, Just for Men.
Shots fired. Hold on. Let's do this. To the person who can get me an electric shaver. Hold on.
Oh no.
Anybody watching? Who replays this? If you can get me an electric shaver, and I'm talking about brand new in the box with the clips and everything, I think 50% of those casino coins will go towards you.
Oh no.
I can't. I need one. I don't know. Look at
Amazon.
Okay, you know what? There's a guy.
So clean.
There's a guy that does casino. He does engraved bagels. You'll see him in the Casino Coin Discord.
Oh.
He does those engraved bagels. He already offered. He'll send you some bagels. You know what you do? Say, what about some bagels? Chuck in a shaver. He's a really nice guy, actually.
That's a weird combination.
Oh, whatever.
And real quick, if anybody wants to sponsor this podcast or a live podcast on Sundays, reach out to Ross. Don't reach out to me because I am day trading right now, and I'm phenomenal. I'm killing it right now.
Nice.
How much am I? How much am I up?
Or how much am I down?
No, how much am I up?
Up in what?
You're day trading. Aren't you day trading for me too? Yeah, but if anybody wants to sponsor our podcast, reach out to Ross or myself or David, or reach out. We're cool. We're just.
The only reason why I'm telling everybody not to reach out to me is because I still haven't read like 40 of my. There's like 40 to 50 more DMs that I haven't read, and
It's
so
like.
it's better to reach out to.
Like, listen, we do
Ross.
this every week, every Sunday. We're on now an hour and a half every Sunday, 2 hours every Sunday, our time. Go ahead and sponsor it, whatever. It's cool.
Some people asked me about it, and I was like, but they disappear. But again, those that really want to go ahead and advertise your platforms, go ahead and just reach out to Ross or Mark, and we'll get that done for you.
Nice chatting with you guys.
You too.
Have an awesome Sunday.
What music? What music is that?
This is What You Do to Me by 53 Thieves.
We should put on some music for Sam.
That would be giving him attention. Anyway.
Okay. See you guys.
Guys, it was a pleasure as always.
Thanks for your time.
Great.
David Ross.
Great rest of the week.
We'll see you guys on the other side. Until next Sunday.
Cool.
See you later.
All right.